Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another J the Star video. Welcome back, my peeps. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what is Green Ball's pause. What is up with Green Ball? And in this video, I'm going to make a prediction and a theory of what is Green Ball's pause. So guys, please like the video and please subscribe. Let's first talk about everything that we know about Green Ball. Then we can probably try to make a prediction because Oda haven't given us a lot of information about Green Ball. It's just like how he didn't give a lot of information to Fujitora and to most of the Admiral, which I believe that Oda is saving all of the Admiral stuff for the end game, for the last big war with the government facing the the revolution army. So since Oda haven't given us a lot of information, so I've went down in Google and I did really done a lot of research and looking up Green Ball and everything about Green Ball, and now I've come to the video where I need to say my prediction to you guys and say what do I believe happened in Green Ball, backstory just based on everything that I've learned of Green Ball. So Green Ball, before he did become a admiral, or before he did walk in the Marines, he was part of a cop. He was a policeman at a certain island, which I think Oda didn't given us the name, or I just forgot, one of the two. But so Green Ball used to be a policeman. So Green Ball was always part of the law side, being a Marine member. And Fujitora, the way he dressed and kind of give off a samurai vibe, and I'll go later in the samurai vibe. But Green Ball also got a sword on him, which that is weird to me that Green Ball got a sword, but it makes sense for Fujitora to have a sword because he's a very honorable person, a very honorable Marine. So since Fujitora using a sword, and it seemed like Fujitora used his sword to combine his sword skills with his Death Fruit to be even more powerful. But what we have seen of Green Ball, he's not a very respectful person. He's honestly the opposite of respectful. He's a racist, and he view a different race bigger than other race. He's not respectful, and he does not hold a samurai code, unlike Fujitora, who is, I say Fujitora is not part of Wano, and Green Ball is definitely not part of Wano. It's just based off his vibes and stuff like that. So it's weird that Green Ball uses sword, because Green Ball, if you describe Green Ball personality to someone, then you ask him what weapon does he use. You would probably say a gun, but he uses sword. But he don't even use a sword with his Death Fruit. He uses Death Fruit alone, and he does not even bother to use his sword when he fought against Yamato for a little bit. So that's a little bit weird. But the other stuff that we know about Green Ball is that his tattoo. I think I found this on the internet from Oda. So the tattoo on his body, it seemed like it's a Japanese word, and I can't say it because am I Japanese? Do I sound Asian to you? Do I sound Japanese to you? So what I can find there is like I found like two different things that people to translate to different translate to the tattoo. One of them is a double suicide at the river of death. So that's the first first thing. The second thing is that the twin suicide of death, something like that. I forgot, but it's something like that. So two of this translate. They have suicide, right, and they got the death part, right. So let's just look at the two different the way the people that translated. So the first one is, again, make me quickly pull this up, is a double suicide at the river of death. So what I can probably see someone very close to Green Ball to commit suicide, and the person to commit suicide near a river. Very simple English, full marks I know. The other thing is a twin suicide of twin. What I can get it, again, is two people very close that they commit suicide. So what I get from Green Ball, pause, is that Greenbow was very close to someone, very close, and that person that committed suicide. So Greenbow definitely got something to do with the suicide of it. It could be his sister, a mother, or like a wife, something like that, because it's very weird to get on your body suicide death. So someone very close to him have to commit suicide, and this kind of mess Greenbow personality, because Greenbow, he does in a weird way respect women, and Greenbow does put women up on a very big pole, and Greenbow put women very high for in his weird way. And the reason why I say Greenbow does respect women but in his own weird way is that when he was talking to Fustora the first time we seen Greenbow, but he was just covered in darkness, just his shadow talking. Greenbow, which the first line Greenbow to say was when Fustora asked Greenbow were you still fasting, because those two was talking at the whole lands, because Greenbow says he's still there, and Fustora was kicked out of the navy place. So Fustora asked Greenbow why not eating, are you still fasting? As Greenbow respond, if some young lady helped me, I would eat. So that tells us that Greenbow does respect women in his own way, being a very dirty man, like the opposite of Sonzi, where Sonzi respect women and treat them with respect, and just enjoy women being ladies around them and just being very respectful, while Greenbow in his own way does respect women and love them, but being a little bit dirty and the way Bobby would talk to them. So Greenbow does respect women, and maybe that could take a huge part of Greenbow's backstory, where since he respect women and love women so much, someone like a sister, mother, or wife of him so close to him that commit suicide, and it could be because of the pirates, and that's why Greenbow is so upset with the pirates, and that's why he became a cop to stop them, and maybe that's why he even join the Marines and become an admiral, because but then Greenbow weirdly enough respect and love the Celestial Dragon, and Greenbow is a very racist person, and he's putting the Celestial Dragon on a big pole. He respects them, and he does respect the Celestial Dragon a lot, and he's extremely racist to the other race, seeing one race above the other one, and that's been the Celestial Dragon above the other race. And the other thing that he's really a fanboy of is Akainu. So Akainu, that guy got a very dark backstory. That guy backstory is dark as hell on why he probably hates pirates, and maybe Greenbow look up to Akainu on the way how he's taking down the pirates that ruined his life, and now Akainu is a fleet admiral taking care of the world, being a leader. Maybe Greenbow look up to that, because maybe Greenbow and Akainu have the same experience, where Akainu lost his loved ones to pirates, and Greenbow lost his loved ones to pirates, but his loved one that commit suicide because of the pirates, and maybe of Akainu, the pirates, the person attack Akainu's loved one to die. So maybe it's the same, but at the same time it's different, and maybe that's why Greenbow is a fanboy of Akainu, and that's why he loved the Celestial Dragon, because in his mind the pirates are doing all the bad, the pirates is doing the wrong stuff, doing the bad stuff, and maybe that's why Greenbow hates the pirates and look up to the Celestial Dragon as a race, because that's what I see as Greenbow's backstory. The other thing that I did actually done good research is that tattoo on his body, that is a song by a very famous actor. And if you look up this actor, because I can't say his name, this actor and Greenbow look very similar, in order to say he was inspired by this person to create Greenbow based on his design. And he's a very famous actor. He has been in movies like Japanese movies of a samurai, and maybe that's why Green Ball got his sword and got the samurai look from, or Oda was inspired by. The other thing that this actor have done, I think in one of the movie, he did die from because his loved one, his wife, to push him off like a high age, then he died from his death. So maybe that happened to Green Ball, but maybe it was the opposite way. Green Ball to push his loved one off the cliff. Maybe. Okay, so that's a short one. But I still believe that the pirates to cause his wife or his loved one to commit suicide. That's my prediction. But maybe it can also go that way, where Green Ball to push her loved one off the ace or something. I don't know. Or maybe that could be the way how Green Ball would die, because Green Ball is a very hated person, and Green Ball is very believable to die in the end game, because I believe a lot of admirals and not admirals, but a lot of Marines would die at the end of One Piece, and Green Ball could be one of them, being a very hated person, but being a very strong person, and maybe that could be a very good way, and maybe that how Fujitora might die, is that someone pushed him off the ace, like how Oda was inspired by the guy that he was based off, and how he was inspired by with this actor to be the design of Green Ball. So that's the video. That's a very short video, guys. Please, I hope you guys understand what I was saying. I'm a little bit tired today, but guys, please like the video, please subscribe. I'm going to see you guys later. Goodbye.